Hey guys, Color Auto Crash here with some Cube World Alpha. I just wanted to gonna show off this game, maybe play a little bit. I am having some issues with recording though, so I'll just get to it. Cube World is by one creator and his wife. Says that he started the game in June 2011 as a hobby project. Inspirations were Minecraft, Zelda, Secret of Mana, Monster Hunter, Diablo, World of Warcraft, and many more. His aim was to create an infinite, colorful, procedurally generated world, full of adventures, monsters, and mysteries. The result is Cube World, a voxel-based role-playing game. Some of the features of Cube World are the endless randomly generated worlds. The main feature of Cube World is the random world generated. In contrast to many games, worlds are not designed by a level designer, but generated procedurally by the game using math and random numbers. The result is an endless world. While nearly endless, players can't reach the borders. So players can explore new landscapes all the time. Players can generate their own worlds by specifying one single number, the seed. Same seeds result in exactly the same world, so players can share their worlds with friends by telling them their seed. Worlds are generated on the fly while playing, so there are neither long pre-computations nor huge save files at the beginning. There's no borders. You can literally reach each cube the world is made of. If you see a mountain on the horizon, you can climb that mountain. If you see a tree, you can climb on top of that tree. At least if your climbing skill is good enough. Cube World consists of different lands with varying climate and themes. There's grasslands, snowy landscapes, wide oceans, dangerous lava lands, jungles, and deserts. They're full of mountains, caves, rivers, lakes, forests, rocks, dungeons, castles, ruins, catacombs, temples, villages, and more. Some of the world features are the world map, the different landscape. They are planning, looks like at least 4 new ones during the cycle of the alpha, beta, and then release. Right now they have Greenlands, Snowlands, deserts, jungles, lava lands, ocean. They're planning on savannas, undead lands, swampland, and mushroom land. There's adventure skills. Being an exploration RPG, an important focus of Cube World is exploration and adventure. In Cube World, players are equipped with a set of skills that a true adventurer needs. Climbing, swimming, diving, hang gliding, and sailing. And these allow the players to get to wherever the cubes are located, basically. You can actually put your skill points into climbing and swimming. I don't believe there's a breath meter on this game, so you can actually dive to the depths of the ocean. That's pretty cool. Hang gliding, that's a blast. Just get on a mountaintop and glide all the way to the next mountaintop. Pretty fun. And then sailing is basically, taking a boat on an ocean, and you can increase your speed by putting more skill points. There's dungeons. They're full of rare loot and integrated seamlessly in the world. Dungeon enemies are often stronger than normal enemies, and there are dungeon bosses. Dungeons occur in different forms: castles, ruins, temples, pyramids, catacombs. Apart from that, there are overworld dungeons, which are less structured and consist of disconnected buildings. Sometimes like a valley or a mountain. They can have dungeons. They can be dungeons. Basically, they've got higher level mobs with a boss coming in the middle. there's missions. Every Cube World day, new missions are available. Missions send players to dungeons or huge boss fights. Completing the mission gives valuable rewards like weapons, armor, and platinum points. Platinum points can be used to upgrade weapons and armor. If the player likes a land, he can basically stay forever in that land and just do daily missions. So each biome kind of has its own borders. And there's missions. There's like cross sword. You go to those missions, you complete the task, and it gives you, depending on the level of the mission, which is based on power level. So if like it's a level 70 mission, it's a power 70 mission, then the boss will drop power 70 items, and it'll give you a certain amount of XP based on that power level. And then you'll also get the platinum point, which is great. But you've got to really get a lot of platinum points to upgrade your gear. So again, the adventure features are climbing, swimming and diving, hang gliding, sailing, dungeons, overworld dungeons, portals, and missions. They also plan on doing procedural missions, which are quests randomly generated with varying story, creatures, and places. The goal is to come up with a diversified, non-repetitive system. They want a background story. They're planning to add lore for more depth. And they want housing. They're planning to enable players to build their own houses. Players will be able to store items, trophies, pets, etc. in their house and extend the house gradually. I mean, it's pretty much in that respect like Animal Crossing. Just buy your house, expand upon it, buy more expansions, more stuff to put in. Sounds great, but not interesting. In Cube World, there are 4 classes and the possibility for infinite character progression. The 4 classes are warriors, rangers, mages, and rogue. Each one of these has specializations. A warrior specializes in berserker or guardian, kind of like World of Warcraft, where you've got your two-handed, well-armored plate wearer in the berserker, and then the guardian is tank and block and has increased out. Ranger is a sniper and a scout. The ranger is basically an archer. They use range charge attacks, which work similar to warrior attack, but using ranged weapons. The sniper has camouflage and aim, and their attack speed is increased with each hit. The scout has special attacks that have a chance to become instantly chargeable and can sprint. Then they have the mage, which is your casting class. There's normal attacks are usually faster, while special attacks have longer cast time to consume mana point. Magic point. There's a fire mage, which has special attack with a chance to become instantly chargeable. They can cast fire explosion. And water, attack speed is increased with each hit. They also have healing spells. And then there's the rogue. And the rogue can either be an assassin or a ninja. And rogue gameplay is faster with special attacks are instant. That way they can concentrate on evasion and moving freely during combat. The assassin specializes in attacks using stealth, and they have improved stealth ability. The ninja dodges during special attacks and can throw shurikens. So basically each class has different talent trees. All classes have like you can increase the power of your pet, and then you can also ride your pet. You can we also have increasing your climbing ability, which in turn can increase your hang gliding ability. And then you have swimming, which can increase your boat riding speed. But the main class skills, the first two are the same, and then the third one is different depending on what your specialization is. Or there's two that are the same and one that is different. So the first thing you want to do really is figure out which skill of the ones that are specialized you want, and then you want to make sure that you put points into that skill tree and learn that skill tree rather than accidentally put points into the other one and then have to pay respec. But the nice thing is you can respec. And then there's the infinite progression. Not only are the worlds infinite, but so are your character's progression. This means players can theoretically level up infinitely and put infinitely many skill points in their skill tree. However, this doesn't mean the players can become infinitely powerful. The power of players, creatures, items, and skills doesn't scale linearly or exponentially with the level, but it scales tangentially. So while levels can be between 1 and infinity, the corresponding power is between 1 and 100. The power of 100 can only be reached with an infinite level. In lower levels, power increments are more notable than in higher levels. This system has two advantages. First, there is no level cap, and the player never has the feeling of having reached the end of the game. Second, power cannot be infinite. For each land, the game generates creatures and dungeons evenly in all power ranges 1 to 100. That way, the player can freely travel from land to land and can always be sure to find creatures and dungeons with power. The problem with this is that at low levels, like level 1 through level 10, even all the way to level 30, you really don't find as many creatures under your power level as you would hope for. So you end up having to bring a party or going on to like a server that's doing the quests. So you kind of mooch off of their leveling. But once you hit level 30, I mean, it's pretty fun after that. You get a lot more opportunity for drops when you can actually fight these things. Now, once you take on quite a bit of them, you're not going to be able to survive. So, it is balanced. It's just that first 30 levels is really hard to get through without some help. So again, the class features, you've got the 4 classes, their specializations, their skill trees. They're planning on doing advanced skill trees. They want to add more complex skill trees with additional skills branches and options. And they want to add more classes. As far as the combat, it is action-based. Combat in Cube World is based on player skill, movement, and reaction. Skilled players can beat high-level monsters, while not-so-skilled players can be beaten by low-level creatures. Manual aiming. Enemies need to be targeted manually with a crosshair. There's no target locking. Good players will land hits, and thus deal more damage. Active dodging. Most attacks can be dodged with good reaction and proper timing. Dodging costs stamina and makes you immune against damage for a very short time. With skill and good stamina management, you can survive even the strongest attack. Combos. All creatures have armor and resistance. Armor decreases physical damage, resistance magic damage. Every time you hit an opponent, you get a combo point. The more combo points you have, the more armor / resistance of your enemy is ignored for your attacks. So if you succeed to build up a combo point, you can penetrate even the heaviest armor. That's kind of nice. When you start seeing like 50 to 100 combo points, they start getting really big. Like, you can start hitting at like 1 to 30 combo points at about 10 per hit, and then once you hit that 30, you're starting to hit 20 per hit. It just goes up. I've done like 200 per hit. It's pretty fun. I like that system. Again, the combat features are manual aiming, active dodging, combo hits, and stun attacks, which are special attacks that have a chance to stun opponent. Stunned enemies are easy to hit, can't heal, and can't deal damage. So in that, there's a bunch of stuff right there. The only way to survive a boss battle is to sit there and stun them. So you need to stun them either while they're healing or while you need to heal, and then go off and heal, or just beat the crap out of them. But stuns are great, and I've found that most of these special attacks, as long as they're charged, do stun. So that kind of creates a little bit of a combat priority system where you're hitting them with your basically it's like left click is your main attack, and then you stun them with your right click when you have enough power to do so, while dodging. It's pretty fun. They are planning on crowd control abilities. Crowd control means incapacitating certain enemies while fighting other enemies. This is useful when fighting large or powerful enemies. So basically, using a skill that would stun one enemy while you're fighting another one. So there's bosses that can spawn additional enemies. You'd want to stun the boss and then kill the additional enemy and knock back the boss. That way you're not damaged. There are several races in Cube World. Right now, the following races that are playable are elves, humans, goblins, lizardmen, dwarves, orcs, frogmen, and undead. There's a separate model for male and female characters. They also have different voices, and there are no class to race restrictions. I mean, basically, any race can be any class. Characters are customizable during character creation by choosing a combination of face, hair, and hairline. Lizardmen have scales instead of hair, and frogmen have different eyes. But for the most part, the way to differentiate between is by the hair and the hair color. Looks like they are planning on doing more physical races in future updates. One of the coolest things about Cube World is the pets. Every player can have a pet which accompanies his adventure and assists in battle. The player can possess as many pets as he wants. Only one pet can be active at a time. The remaining pets are stored in a special pet bag. Most animals and some monsters in Cube World can be tamed. In order to tame a pet, you need to feed it with its favorite food. The challenge is to find out which food a pet likes and to tame the food. That has been quite the challenge, actually. It's not just, okay, I really want this as a pet. It's, I need to have the food that pet likes. I need to find out where the food that pet likes drops from. And then I need to go to the places where that pet is going and try to feed it that food. Now, pet is too high of a level, it's going to kill you. Or if it's aggressive, it's going to kill you, rather than being tame. So there's a lot of substance in just that taming ability. There's also different kinds of pets. There's melee pets, which are the most common pet, attack from close range. Range pets, which are like rangers, they shoot bullets from distance. Tanks, they deal less damage but have higher endurance and generate more aggro. Basically, they make themselves the target rather than you. And then there's some pets that have healing abilities, they're master and friend. Also, a lot of the pets, your pet is actually your which enables for faster travel. So again, pet features can be pets with pet food, melee pets, range pet, tank pet, either pet, mount pet. They plan on doing rare pets, which are hard to obtain, and they have a special look with special abilities. And they're also planning on doing a pet evolution, where they're planning to enable some pets to evolve over time. That's awesome, in my opinion. Like, I would love even just growing. Like, if I had a level 1 money, I would love it to be like, you know, a different kind of pixel voxel shape than maybe a level 100 money. Just adding more features to it. But it could be that the bunny evolves into a jackrabbit, which goes faster, and then that jackrabbit evolves into a jackalope, which has higher damage because it has horns. I don't know. That'd be great. Can't wait to see that. It's great that it's alpha, because this game it's got so much going for it right now, and then it's gonna just make that much better during beta and then release, and you know, I can't wait. Major feature of Cube World is the monsters. Cube World is full of monsters. There are slimes, zombies, ogres, skeletons, vampires, werewolves, many more. Special monsters, like boss monsters, are the strongest creatures in Cube World. Some of them are humanoid, like trolls, with big wooden clubs or one-eyed cyclops. Others are undead, like the evil liches, summon zombies and skeletons. There are saurians, which are armored with scales and armed with sharp horns and teeth. Defeating a boss monster requires a lot of skill and experience. Players have to study their attacks and react properly. They have to jump during earthquakes by trolls. They have to stay away from cyclone attacks by cyclops. And have to dodge a deadly smash attack by golem. Defeating a boss monster gives valuable rewards like rare weapons or armor and lots of experience. Right now they have lots of boss monsters like trolls, dark trolls, yeti, cyclops, Saurion. They have a mammoth, a lich, golem, ember golem, snow golem, hell demon. They plan on other boss monsters as well, like a sea crab, a rune giant, a dragon, and a demon. In Cube World, you also have items, crafting, and customization. Items are obtained from enemies, treasure chests, missions, vendors. Apart from that, items are also craftable. Crafting categories are weapon crafting. Each class can craft weapons available to that class. Warriors can craft axes, swords, maces, and shields. Armor crafting. Each class can craft armor available for that class. For instance, Warriors can craft iron gloves, iron boots, and more. Jewel crafting. All classes can craft rings and amulets. Rings and amulets have secondary stats useful for all classes. Cooking. Players can craft food for cheap out-of-combat healing and buffs. Alchemy. Players can craft healing potions and other useful potions. There's also weapon customization. Weapons can be upgraded and customized on a per voxel basis. For instance, iron swords can be upgraded with iron cube, which can be freely placed on the weapon. This increases damage and changes the look of weapons. Spirit cubes are rare magic cubes that can be obtained by defeating bosses. They're more powerful than normal cubes and have additional effects when placed on a weapon. Fire Spirit deals additional fire damage. Wind Spirit increases attack and movement speed of the player. Ice Spirit slows attack and movement speed of the target. And Holy Spirit deals damage to the target and heals the player. Again, item and crafting features include weapon customization, weapon crafting, armor crafting, tool crafting, cooking, and alchemy. They plan on implementing artifacts, pieces of artifacts that can be found in the world. They can then be combined to restore rare random items. They plan more crafting formulas. They're planning to add more formulas, especially for cooking and alchemy. They plan on race-specific headgear. They're planning to add hat, bandanas, glasses bound to certain races. That way, they can adapt items to the varying head shapes. And they're planning on vanity items. They are not directly useful, but add fun, variation, and depth to the game. Of course, the major feature of Cube World is the multiplayer. I think that is what can make this game great. There's a separate server application that can be used to host multiplayer games. It can be run on dedicated servers or private computers. You just have to make sure to set up port forwarding for routers. It enables online and LAN multiplayer for up to 4 players. They're still experimenting with maximum player limit, especially with respect to game difficulty. Multiplayer is optional and the game can be played completely offline. So the multiplayer features are private servers, LAN multiplayer, online multiplayer, 2 to 4 player cooperative play. They are planning on doing PvP, player versus player. They want to create a player versus player online ladder. For team-based PvP, they're thinking about the possibility of online ladder. And they're experimenting with massively multiplayer servers. They want to experiment with the possibility of higher populated multiplayer servers without compromising game balance and performance. So that, I think, will be where Cube World is. They can have massively multiplayer server and create parties, not have these quests that are kind of biome oriented where everyone in the biome wants that boss is killed. What? It's actually, that's like 4 bands XP. I think when they kind of get that all handled, this game will really shine and be a great addition to the MMO scene. And I like the voxel feel. I do. I like the infinite character progression. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I will try to bring another video of maybe a session where I go into a biome, fight the bosses of that biome for that day, and then head back to the town to see what I made. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time.